the one and sexy, Jason Solis. Good morning, Jason.
And we'll give our guests in the Zoom room the chance to either show pity or just laugh at my expense. Either way, it's good when Chelsea Munyabrecht and Brent Tibbetts are here from Department of Agriculture. Ag is in the house. Guys, good morning to you, and thank you for putting on this fishing derby that we're going to talk about, an event that is sorely overdue in our island community. Always a great island institution.
Well, we're super excited. I think Brent would absolutely love to talk about it.
He's revving to go. We can tell. Yeah. Well, Brent, I've interviewed you enough times over the years, and it's been my honor. But this is a really wonderful exhibit to have. But I know some of the feedback that we get is some people say, oh, kids fishing derby, that's wonderful. Obviously it's a big social media event, and I know you guys have taken care of all the safety and health precautions and everything like that. But the question that bubbles up the most is, even for kids, do I have to be an experienced, if not an expert angler?
Oh, not at all. We actually, prior to each derby, we host a clinic for kids who have never fished before, or maybe only fished a couple times and want some practice. So we have a clinic for the first derby happening on August 14th. Mm-hmm. And that happens at the baseball field in Manila behind the mayor's office. And kids can come learn how to tie a fishing knot, learn about fishing safety, learning about the rules of the derby, and then we bring them out and have them practice some casting so that they're used to putting something out into the water where the fish are and hopefully bring something back. But no, we anticipate every year that there are a lot of kids who have never fished before or have just minimally fished or haven't fished for a long time and need a refresher of the skills. We're more than happy to assist with that.
Very cool. So you're actually introducing literally a new generation to, it's a sport. It's also a cultural practice. Obviously, with our ancestors and everything like that, it's got a deep tie to the history and heritage of our people.
Absolutely. There's a movie going around right now. I just saw it a couple of weeks ago where they interview a lot of the experienced fishermen talking about their life growing up as fishing in fishing communities on Guam. And it's surprising the number of those gentlemen who started out fishing for EE when they were kids, small fish with a hook and line, which is exactly what the type of method that these kids are starting out with in our kids' derby. And we hope that leads to a lifetime of fishing, both for recreation, for culture, and for food.
And I think you're talking about, Brent, that's the documentary series by our friend Arlene Steffi, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Very, very well done. It's a fantastic show.
Yeah, it was. And you'll see that so many of the people interviewed started out fishing for EE when they were kids, just small fish with hook and line, and that's exactly what the kids now are learning. And hopefully the results will be the same, that they turn into lifelong fishers after that.
Yeah. Now, I would just assume that you would think our own Chris Barnett would be really, really good, considering how much trolling he does of other people. as he walks right by, But there is hope for everyone. And again, it is a sport, so you're going to get out, you're going to enjoy nature. You're also going to learn how to fish responsibly, because it's not just throw a piece of curved metal into the ocean. Whatever you catch is whatever you catch, and everything like that. You actually teach people that this is a privilege, and to do this and to honor nature and be a responsible citizen isn't just to try and haul in everything out of the sea.
Right. There is a conservation message that comes with the derby, and it's a lot of where we're fishing and the type of fishing we're doing. A lot of the kids will be catching juvenile fish, and for a lot of the things, say throw it back, let it grow bigger, and then when you catch it, both maybe it's had a chance to reproduce, and there's a lot more meat for you to eat later on. So It's good to practice the catching, but also to practice and catch only what you're going to keep, and keep only what you need, and not. Like you said, not catch everything just to show off that you caught 150 pieces, something like that.
Now, that having been said, can I talk to a Madam Director now? So, boss, because this is a derby and everything like that, I've known you for long enough and everything. You never shy away from a little friendly competition. What are the parameters of, how we determine, because it is a fishing derby, and, you're teaching not only fishing techniques, but also, good civics and, how to teach kids to be good people and everything. How do we determine who the winner is?
They go through lengths and weights measures for each fish or each subcategory.
Okay. Are there?
And then it's also a fight to the death. So whoever survives wins.
So you're also getting back to the old Coliseum days and everything like that. Like I said, competition is good, but survival of the fittest, I guess, is very, very good too. Are there age divisions, or how are we determining like exactly
Oh,
what?
absolutely. So what's super exciting this year is that historically the kids fishing derbies have been 7 to 12 years old. We just added the 13 to 16-year-old category this year, so we'll have a second derby for the older teens.
Very nice. Okay, and then I know Brent touched on the fact that there is going to be like, I guess, the pre-clinic, for lack of a better term, right? How can people register, and is there a limit on the number of kids per family, or because I'm sure everybody's going to say this is exactly what I've been waiting for. This is a fantastic summertime activity.
If you've got 12 kids, register all 12 kids. We have a
Nice.
capacity of 75 kids who can participate each competition, but if 12 of them are from one family, then that's fine too.
Okay, because I'm going to
And
make a
you
few
can
calls because
contact-
I know at least 3 families, Chels, and I think you may know 2 of them as well that have exactly 12 kids.
We're related.
Exactly. Okay, and
no,
is there any cost?
No, it's free. Everything is
Yes.
free, and there are always great prizes.
Okay, so and where exactly is the derby itself going to be? Because I know Brent talked about like the pre-training and everything like that, but for the derby itself, what venue are we looking at?
Aston Park,
Very nice.
beautiful area, wide open space, lots of room,
Okay, cool.
great water.
Very
Yeah.
nice. So, Brent, is that a you know Guam's waters better than anybody on the island and everything. How rich is the fishing yield, I guess, for that part of the island?
Well, it's actually, we keep track of that, how the catch is in the Derby over the years, and Aston has proven to be a very productive site, both, I think, because of some of the environment there, and also it's right next to one of our preserves.
Yes.
And so we expect that there's some spillover where fish are coming out of the preserve area to an area where they can be caught. So we've seen catch numbers and catch rates at Aston be very high over the years.
Okay. Okay. I'm just getting I'm seeing a message on Twitter. Somebody just DM'd me. And they're saying, because we were mentioning like there's another fishing derby that's going on to to honor the memory of Gregorio Perez, who caught the largest marlin ever. That's a fantastic event. But this one, we're not taking kids out on the water, right? This is strictly beachside.
Just from shore, right?
Yeah.
Just fishing from shore, and kids are not allowed in the water at all. If they have a hook that gets snagged on the reef or something, one of the Department of Ag staff will go out and free it up. We don't want kids in the water at all.
Very nice. Okay, and that lets me dovetail into the part that we have to get at these days and everything like that with social distancing requirements. Even though a lot of things have been restricted and everything like that. What are you guys doing as far as parameters just to make sure that everybody stays safe? As far as equipment that they have to bring and how far they have to stay apart from each other.
Well, generally, we're keeping the 6-foot distance between people, but I mean, we do that anyways with any given fishing derby that we've had, because you need the space between people so that they're not hooking onto, crossing
Right.
lines and all of that.
And I have
prodding
done
each
that.
other.
Well, my dad tried to teach me how to fish. True story. When I was young, my dad taught me how to fish. The only thing I caught in that entire afternoon was his Achilles tendon. I reached back and I tried to cast, and I was like, "Oh, where's it going?" And my dad's like, "Jason." I was like, "Whoops, sorry." Not the thing you want to do to the man who literally gave you life. Yeah.
It was nice of him to keep calm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so and then Brent, what kind of fish do people typically catch around that part, like especially off that beach?
Well, there's a variety of things. As Director was saying, there's 3 categories that kids are competing in, which are the longest fish, the most fish, and the biggest trigger fish. So we always have a lot of trigger fish caught in this derby. But longest fish over the years have been, we've had mafuti and lilylook. We've had snappers. We've had groupers. We've had jacks, or Tarakitu size jacks. It's really a variety. It's kind of the fun for us is you never know for sure what's going to show up. At least once a year, something odd shows up that we wouldn't expect to see in there at all. But I think we probably averaged something like 15 different species caught by the competitors over the derby.
Okay, and is there a time requirement in this? Because I'm just thinking, you might have one of those times when the period where kids have to be judged and bringing their fish to say they've got 3 minutes left, and some kid happens to be like, wow, look at this, I'm fighting like a red snapper offshore, and this thing's really, really fighting me and everything like that. Are you gonna let everybody just finish that last line, or do you have to say once 3 p.m. hits or whatever it is, that's the cutoff?
Yeah, no. Once we sound the alarm for the end of fishing, that's when it ends.
All right.
And so hopefully we use the time of a fish caught as a tiebreaker. If we're doing the longest fish, and 2 people caught a fish the same length. Whoever caught that fish earlier, that's how we do the tiebreaker. And so we need to keep a tight rein on the timing to make sure, in case something like that happens, that it's fair to everybody.
I'm loving it. You know, that's why the rules are set. And again, you know, we're teaching young people life lessons that they're going to carry with them a long time after, you know, they reel in whatever they reel in. So Chelsea and Brent, thank you so much for putting this on, man. We're going to send a crew down there because we really miss shooting this event. It's always a good time.
Right. This is one of the most fun things that we do in the staff as well. Everybody enjoys this quite a bit.
Okay, well, tell you what, Madam Director, I believe Chris has a question for you, just asking you about.
Yeah, it's not a tough question or anything, Jay. I was just going to ask her for an update on the fisheries grant.
Oh, we've done our part. That's all I can say. So we ended the first round of CARES Act Fisheries Relief Fund. I believe our end date was the end of July. We turned in all the applications between March and July for processing. We've been following up with the Fisheries Commission and had to actually resort to emailing NOAA for more information because we weren't getting a response. And so NOAA reached out to the commission, and then the commission replied and said that they're still working on processing applications for all the different jurisdictions, which I understand. So they haven't even processed our first batch yet. We also submitted our spend plan for the second round of CARES Fisheries funding. We submitted that July 6th. And then still haven't had any feedback about whether it's been approved or not. So then NOAA did the thing, and they reached out and they said it's still being reviewed at NOAA, but we're moving forward like everything's approved. So we're still collecting registrations and applications. We're not gonna wait on final approval, which we know is gonna come anyway. I mean, it's basically the same spend plan. And we're not gonna hold people out or hold them back from applying just because they haven't done their part and responded to us yet. So we're still collecting applications until the end of August. So you can either be a commercial fisher, a subsistence fisher with sales, which is someone who doesn't have a business license but occasionally sells their fish and can substantiate that with receipts. And then we have a subsistence fisher category. So you can apply for one of the 3 categories. DAR has been actively collecting applications. We've been hard calling every person who applied for the first round. Just to make sure that they're aware of this second round. And so we've been getting a lot of feedback and responses from that. We're doing everything we can just to ensure that we reach as many fishers as possible to provide this relief to them.
Thank you.
Our fishery section is kicking butt, man. They've been doing a lot of hard work.
I like that. Truer words never spoken by a GovGuan director.
Jason really loves kicking butt. Brent, thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Anything on the jellyfish lately?
Yesterday was the last day of this month's warning. So we should be good until September.
Okay,
all right.
Right on. Okay. Thank you, Chelsea.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you, Jason.
All right, we'll see you guys soon.
Okay, bye.
Right on. Good job, Jay. Going deep.
That's an event I've really, really missed talking about, covering, you know, reading when we do the news and everything like that. It's always a good time. And I mean, it's been going on for so many years and everything like that. It's an island institution now.
It is. You're right, my friends. 9:29. This is the link brought to you by Cabo Enterprises, IT&E, Jack in the Box, and Pacific Points. We're going to take a quick break, and we're coming back.